Ngarewa-Packer.
Okay.
I joined this debate listening to the two sides deflect. And I guess one of the things that we need to be really mindful in this is that there is a staff member involved. There's a staff member, the staff member's whānau, and probably a whole lot of other peers involved who are sitting there watching this really distasteful discussion. And I think if we were to talk about where is the end point and the starting point, we have a government that has promised to be more transparent and be better than the last. I'm not sure if that is really where we've landed. The reason that I think we're having this debate is because it is simply about the abuse of power. And it is about the abuse of power that we have not only within this House, but ministers particularly, the abuse of power that we see asserted financially from this government, and the abuse of power across to communities. So when we have the risk of abuse within this place, and again, I've struggled with this animated discussion and hand on shoulder, because it does sound like assault, and I don't want to put words in those who have survived or those victims' mouths, but there has been a really colourful display of words used to deflect. And what we have been seeing since the minister's resignation is sadly what we continuously call out, which is the politics of distraction. And the politics of distraction is only used when things have to be covered up. And I think that's what we should be really concerned about as a nation, because I agree, those that we speak to out in our communities are really concerned with the cost of living crisis, but also the disconnect from a government that doesn't seem to feel the pain that they are experiencing or care about them. So this debate is actually about, did our Prime Minister care enough about his nation to be able to say, this is what went on? The timelines, we agree, are really, really disturbing. 18th of February, we have a minister who touched a staff member's shoulder, and I do that often to my co-leader and our staff, and I don't see the reaction. So I think we need to first of all stop minimising what happened to one of our own in this building, and to sit there and justify this by saying so and so did it in 2000, such and such did it, but he's now my friend, is actually poor form. It's poor form for those who have to survive working amongst us and in this environment. And then we saw 21st of February, there was a resignation behind closed doors. Then the 24th of February, we hear about it. That's disturbing. 6 days, a victim has had to survive all this, knowing what's going around, where everybody got their architects and their advisors and their comms team all lined up. Yep. That's poor form. And our staff and our community and those we serve, our voters, deserve better. That's what this debate is about. And we saw the Prime Minister's own media shocked that he could not say, would you have sacked him if he didn't sack himself? That is not the accountability that our nation deserves. They are experiencing unprecedented pain at the moment. Yep. They are experiencing unprecedented, huge, horrific loss of jobs, of cuts in services, health, ferries, you name it. This government has made promises, and in order to hold those promises, you must maintain the confidence of your communities. And the minute one of their own, the real workers, the people that hold us up in this place, are abused, then we should be sitting here not saying they apologise on the spot, therefore forget it and move on. We should be saying, how else are we making sure that the government and their ministers, I've no doubt, having never been one, but one in waiting, that it is extremely difficult, but that does not give us the excuse to abuse and assert our power incorrectly. And there has been a lot of that pain. We've seen, 2 strikes, 3 strikes are out. We continuously have heard Justice talk about their concern here on each side of the House about the victims. We haven't seen that aroha from the government. There has not been the humility to just take it on the nose and accept what it is that you've done. There needs to be more transparency, and I'm really glad we had this debate. Kia ora.
Starting to probably address the thing of,
well,
a worker involved here.
That's what I needed to hear. The voice of focusing on the victim here and what went on, and the things they do to try and brush it under the carpet all the time. That's what we've been seeing from them. Horrible. I nearly cried because that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Debbie, you did a good job.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok.